Hello and welcome to Megawhat, where each week we give you the lowdown of the latest piece of kit from the wonderful world of technology and gadgets. This week it's all about cameras, and as PMA kicks off in Las Vegas, America, we get highlights on Canon and Nikon's offerings. I'm looking at Canon, while Katie Scott, our intrepid reporter, will be looking at Nikon's new show lineup. Plus there'll be more news, reviews, tips, tricks and much more, so stay tuned.
So here it is, here's the new Canon entry-level DSLR camera, the 450D. What's new? Well, improved from the 400, which was announced in 2006. There's quite a few changes. The main one is that they've gone up from 10 megapixels to 12 megapixels on the inside of things, but also added spot metering as well, which will appeal to the high-end amateur photographers. Cosmetically, there's actually quite a lot of changes as well. You now have a bigger 3-inch screen, which is gigantic. Really impressive for checking out videos. There's also a live view mode as well, which I'll show you. So what you can do is you can actually now view. Now all of that's out of focus. All I have to do is press a button and it automatically focuses for me. Ready to snap the picture, which is pretty cool in itself. Additionally, in an attempt to make it a bit lighter and a bit smaller, they've taken away the compact flash function. So you now have an SD card on there rather than compact flash. It's going to cost about £679 with a lens or £599 without a lens, and it's due out later in the year. Overall, on first glance, it looks pretty cool. The lens is really nice, the snap is really good, it seems quite responsive, quite quick, and I'm sure in further play there's going to be a lot more features that we can get our hands on. It's sort of the approach of the D40 but summed down a tiny bit. So it's not just a 4.5, you know, a sort of increase slightly on the 400, but actually quite a giant step forward for Canon and its cameras. 12 megapixels, well, I think that's probably a bit too much. You know, there are other companies producing DSLRs with more megapixels. Pentax has just announced a 14 megapixel camera, for example. But, you know, do you really need that extra 2 megapixels on what, from the 400D, was actually a very good megapixel count in itself? That's the 450D from Canon. Canon doesn't just make cameras, they make camcorders as well. And this is their new HF10 model, which is a flash-based camcorder, has 16 gig of solid-state memory in the camera itself, plus the addition, if I flip open the side, to add extra memory via SD card. Key points to note are a 12 times optical zoom, the hard drive in the camera which can store up to 2 hours at full HD quality, that's 1920 by 1080 resolution, and a 3-hour battery life, which is a greater improvement on the last HD camera that we reviewed from Canon. In use, it seems quite simple, quite effective. If I sort of show you some zooms, the zoom is quick and responsive. You can also use this button to take still images at the same time. And overall, it's quite cool. Obviously, there's a lot of stiff competition in this market from JVC, Hitachi, lots of other players. And so it'll be interesting to see how Canon work from that front. They're saying that the improved quality of lens, which they've dealt with and manufactured for a number of years from their cameras, is what's going to give them the leading edge. We haven't been able to try this actually in recording on it, but overall it looks pretty cool. And that's the Canon HF10.
Here's a neat little printer trick for you. Did you know the chances are you could probably send a photo directly from your camera straight to your printer? Now we're using the Photosmart 8180 from HP. However, you could easily do it by just adding a small Bluetooth dongle to most printers. All you have to do is select the image that you want. So we've got a picture, we've taken a picture of the printer, and then on Bluetooth, we've already prepared it. All you have to do is go to via Bluetooth, wait for it to appear in the list, press select, it connects, sends the picture, prints it out, no wires, no fuss, and it's as easy as that.